I am so incredibly moved by what's gone on with DeMar. Man, what else is there to say? But you really see in this story the power of prayer. There's just no other way around it. The power of prayer has won out here in a remarkable 4-day journey with this young man. I can see Coach Herm Edwards, so I know we're just around the corner from getting him on. Herm, Happy New Year to you. The NFL shield looks good on that
Thank
sweatshirt.
you. Thank you.
Isn't one of the most remarkable pieces of DeMar's story the parents? They must be incredible
Oh,
people.
I mean, yeah, they have a sense about them that really was a calming force for everyone else, especially the Buffalo Bills football team, because those young men and that coaching staff, they needed a voice, and when the parents speak, they give you that sense of, okay, everyone, you need to be calm. He's going to be okay. And when a parent says that after witnessing what has happened to their son on a football field, that I've never seen that, to be quite honest. And I've been involved in the sport for over 50 years, and it was hard to watch. It was like, am I seeing this right? And you can't say enough about the first responders, the NFL, doing the right thing by canceling the game. And you mentioned it earlier as you were doing your piece, prayer.
Oh,
You know,
God.
this, America's a great place because when you see things of this nature, this whole country came together again. Regardless if you're a Buffalo Bill fan, even if you weren't a football fan, just watching it and hearing about it, just people it's just, and that's what's so great about sports. It brings so many people together to watch an event, whether you go there, you watch it on television, wherever you're at, and you watch these things, and it brings all nationalities, religions together, and everybody's just watching the game and rooting for their team, right? And when something happens like this, it just unites everyone. And you're right, prayer obviously helped this young man, and that's good to see.
I'm guessing in this case, once a coach, always a coach. And there had to have been a private moment where you sort of said, if I had been the coach dealing with this, what would I have done? How would I have handled it? What
Yeah.
answers do you think you came up with?
Well, I think the best thing you can do is obviously be honest with the players, give them comfort, saying this, that look, he's in good hands. He's in a place where people know what they're doing, and all we can do at this point in time is pray for our teammate. And I wish I could give you more answers, and that's what coaches do. Coaches are problem fixers. They give players answers because they're always looking for information. But as a coach, this situation, you didn't have an answer. Generally, when a player gets hurt, you go out there, you're speaking to the trainers, you see the player, and we've seen knee injuries and all that stuff, and then you come back to the sideline and they might take the player off and you're telling the players he's going to be okay. This one happens, and when that game and that ambulance came on that field and that young man left, we had no answers. No one had any answers. And that's the chilling part of it. And that was what everybody was like searching for. Just tell us something. And as the days went by, all we wanted to hear was what? Good news. And all of a sudden, good news started leaking out. And I think this team now, he had a Zoom meeting with the team, and this will galvanize this team. Not that it already hasn't, but I think seeing him, looking at him, telling those teammates he loved them, this team will be on a mission. Not saying it wasn't, but now this is a whole different deal.
Right.
Whole different deal.
So Watson Brown is a co-host on this show. He's not normally on Friday, but Herm, you'll remember this. He was Vanderbilt's coach the day of the Chucky Mullins situation. where Chucky basically was airlifted to Memphis. We know the tragedy and the way that ended, and it is so sad.
Yes.
But the fact of it is, once they airlifted him, they started the game back. And I asked Watson, I said, was it ever discussed
Right.
that the game should end right there? 30 years ago, if this scenario had happened in the NFL,
Oh,
we'd be playing, wouldn't we?
I don't even know if it was be 30 years ago.
Yeah.
But I think the NFL is come a long way, and I was proud of how they reached a decision quickly. It wasn't very long, and as this thing went on, and when I saw the ambulance come out, and I saw those players in that huddle,
Oh,
I told myself at that point, you can't play this game. And if I'm the head coach, and both those head coaches got together, you're not playing that game. There's no way. You can't. And here's I think was the thing they did right again, is that those two teams aren't playing each other unless they get in the playoffs. You don't even want to bring. You don't want to see that game again. That's you don't want to look at that no more.
right.
Don't replay it. We don't want that. No one wants that, right? No, we don't want that. We got to move on now.
So let's sort of move from there to a couple of other things.
Sure.
The Titans get a few people back, enough to maybe give them a puncher's chance tomorrow night in Jacksonville.
Yes.
Is it as simple as Jacksonville's got to screw up and maybe be the old Jacksonville for the Titans to win?
Well, I think this. I think obviously they have to be careful with the ball. You can't turn the ball over and give these guys second possessions or field position. You got to play really good on special teams. And we all know this. Can you stop Derrick Henry on first down? Because here's the problem. If this team gets into 3rd and 2s and 3rd and 3s, your offense is going to be standing on the sideline for a long time. You're not going to possess the ball. And on the flip side of it, if you're Jacksonville, you can sit there and run the ball some to get those guys in the box. And then what you got to do, you got to put it in that quarterback's hands, and you got to hope you can get up 2 scores. And force Tennessee to do something they really don't want to do. Go back and throw the football. Because then they got a problem, right? I mean, it's that simple, to be quite honest. It's not very football's not complicated. It's really not. And if you can get a lead on them, it forces them. They can't use Derrick Henry now.
Right.
They got to throw the ball because they got to catch up. If you can possess the ball and get into third, and that first down is critical, and you get into 3rd and 2s or less all the time and 3rd and 3s, you can still run the football. You don't have to throw it. Well, you make another first down, and guess what? Here comes another 3 or 4 minutes off the clock.
What's realistic? You know the story. Josh Dobbs, who has University of Tennessee ties, will be the Titans quarterback tonight, but he's only been on their roster about 10 days. What's realistic for a quarterback to be able? What can you throw at him in a playbook in 10 days?
This guy's really smart.
Oh,
I mean, he's smart. I mean, he might be
smart.
smarter.
Majored in?
Yeah. He might be smarter than some of the coaches. You know, he's one of those guys where you're like, oh, wait a minute now. You know, and I think it's not so much what you can give him. It's he's smart enough to articulate what you want to do, but then it comes down, what can he do? What can he do? Build it around what he feels comfortable doing. And he's honest enough to tell him, Coach, I like this, I like that. You don't have to be very complicated, but put him in position where he can be successful. He can make some checks when he sees coverage. He can do all that, but don't ask him to do too much.
Okay, I'm going to hopscotch all over the place, and I apologize for that.
That's okay.
But here's one I can't figure. Okay, I've watched Max Duggan now 5 or 6 times this year, and I'll admit I am impressed. But Herm, I never hear anything about him as an NFL quarterback or, what's his potential. Am I missing something?
No, I just think that it's like, well, hey, here again, how about Purdy with San Francisco, right?
Same kind of deal.
And so it's fun. Well, I'll give you one better than that. How about Tom Brady? Captain America.
I knew that was coming. I've heard you use that a bunch.
And it's just interesting, and you never know. And look, the eye is always in the beholder. There's going to be reports that scouts give and all that, but at the end, is he capable of playing at the next level? I think he is. He plays in an offense where he throws the ball a bunch. So he knows how to do that, and he's a good player. Now, here we go. Somebody might draft him or sign him. I don't know how it's going to work out, but I do know this. He'll get an opportunity, and it'll basically be a team picking him that he fits their system. That's Purdy.
Right.
That's Purdy, right? That system's not driven by the quarterback. It's driven by the defense and the run game. And they tell Purdy, just don't screw it up. Just don't turn the ball over. We'll give you a couple. You're going to have to make about 5 throws, right? And other than that, everything else is going to be scripted for you, where to go with the ball. And he's done a great job.
They could win this game, couldn't they?
Yeah. Are you kidding me? Yeah. That's what's so unique.
The line 2 touchdowns.
It's look at this. It's just look, I've always said this. Football is a strange sport this way. And I've said this my whole career as a player and as a coach. It's not who you play. It's how you play the day you play. That's all that matters. It doesn't matter who you play. How are you going to play the day you play? Right? That's why there's what they call upsets. I laugh. I go, yeah. I don't know if it's upset. It's just, how are you going to play the day you play?
It's that simple, George.
Oh,
it really
is what I love about him.
It's real. No, think about it, right? When you watch it and you watch games, and when a team that wins is like, a 20-point underdog, you go, how did that just happen? And you look at the game and you go, well, I see how the one team played and I see how the other team played. That guy should have won. That's what I tell the players every time. I say, hey, guys, it don't matter who we play. They're faceless. It's how we play the day we play. And that's why when you're a coach and you're a player, when I was a player, there was a standard that I was playing at. I knew who the receiver was. I had some good ones and some other ones, but it didn't matter. He was faceless. I had a standard. My job was cover this cat. Don't let him catch the ball. That's my job. And I understood that. And that's football in a nutshell. It's how you play the day you play.
Okay, I'm gonna unload one more deal on you. And of course, I love, and I've had some fun with this on the air, when you call it the worldwide leader.
Oh, yeah, the worldwide leader is right.
The worldwide leader has had a lot of morning shows hosted by a guy named Greeny.
Oh, Greeny, yeah.
Yeah, you know him.
I'm on a show every once in a while. Yeah.
So they have had a field day with the whole Lamar Jackson thing.
Yeah.
But for me, Herm, there's an uncomfort to the discussion, because one thing that I believe I learned as I came out of school was you do not accuse somebody of faking it unless you have real info.
Right.
So I don't know.
No.
They're trying to give you the I smell a rat.
Yeah.
Do you smell a rat?
Well, I'll say this, and I was on a couple of shows earlier. I said, look, Lamar, when the season started, he was playing for a contract. He was playing for a contract. He could have tapped out. Third game of the season, said, man, I'm out. I'm hurt. And here's what I'm going to say. And I said this on a couple of shows. I said, look, there's a difference between being hurt and being injured. If you play in the National Football League, which I did for a long time, there was times I hurt, but I could play. When you're injured, You can't play. He's got a knee. I think he's injured. And he knows I can't be who I am right now. A third of my game is making plays with my legs, and I got a knee. I think he's injured. I don't think he's like trying to get back at the Ravens and that's that stuff, man. That's that espionage stuff. No, look at this guy's career. I mean, you kidding me? He could have tapped out in the beginning when he didn't get his contract.
So the Ravens aren't stupid. They're hearing all this.
Sure.
They know that these shows are playing this game. If he's injured, don't they owe it to him to come out and say, look, we're going to stop this cold. We know what his injury situation is, and he's not going back out there until he's ready.
Well, and I think they're kind of saying that, but it's kind of like, okay, it's like Tua, right? When Tua got concussed this last time, and they were saying it's week to week, I came on a show and told them this. Look, Trent Green, when I was with the Kansas City Chiefs, got hit in the first game we played in the season, my first year there. He got knocked out. He was out 6 weeks. I said that when he went out this time. I said, he was out 6 weeks. So you're talking week to week? I said, guys, it ain't week to week. This is his second time. I said, it ain't going to be week to week. He's going to be out for a while. He might not even come back this year. I hope he does. But, Lamar's deal is him in his own mind, looking at his knee and trying to move around. He knows if he can go or not. He's a prideful guy, right? And I don't know. I'm not there. I'm not a doctor. I'm just a former player, all right? And if he can't go, and he knows I can't do what I need to do to be successful, I'm putting myself in a bad position, he ain't going to play. Why would he?
Yeah.
See, it's just like I've been on a couple shows. You know what they've been saying? Here's what's funny. I'm surprised you didn't ask this question. Well, some of these teams are going to rest players. And I went, going to do what? They said, well, rest some players. I said, you play football. You don't rest. Can you imagine if a coach came up to me when I was a player? I never missed a start. Okay? Never missed a start. And we're in the playoffs and say, hey, Herm, we're going to give you rest. I said, you going to do what? You're not giving me no rest. I play football. This is what I do. There's a reason I got 150-something starts in a row. Never missing a game. I'm going to play. I don't care if we're qualified to play in the playoffs. Coach, I need to play. I'm a football player. Those guys that rest right now, those guys are going home on the offseason. They're trying to get in the playoffs. You get your rest when the season's over with. You play football. This is ridiculous.
By the way, I've heard.
I'm not saying, look, I get it. You can play. Jalen Hurts, he's going to play. Okay. You get in the game, let him play. And if you're winning, you get him out of the game. But to say, this guy ain't going to play that guy. If I'm a player, I'm going, nah, coach. This ain't the preseason. This is a regular season game. It counts. Coach, I'm playing, man. You ain't put me on the bench. That was my mindset. I'm not. So I don't play, but the 5 other guys are playing, and you ain't resting them. What does that make me look like? People don't realize that. It's more complicated than just, I'm going to rest these guys. I tell coach, you ain't resting me. I'm playing. I signed on for this, man. I'm playing football. I'm a football player.
And by the way, I have seen a bunch of this. Oh, I've watched you do this on the Worldwide Leader.
It scratches my head.
Yeah.
I sit there and and the question's always, coach, what would you do as a coach? I say, stop asking me as a coach. I ain't a coach right now. I'm the player. I played. I said, you're not setting me down. I'm the starter. I'm the starting right corner for the Philadelphia Eagles. I'm lining up, man. Don't tell me about, I'm going to rest you this week. You ain't resting me, coach. I'm playing. Stop all that nonsense.
So, Billy, Now you know why I wanted this guy when he left Arizona State.
They don't make them like Herm
Oh
anymore,
my
George.
goodness,
Oh, come
he
on,
is.
man. It ain't that hard, right? Let's talk about, well, worry about getting a guy hurt. Let me tell you something. When you start worrying about getting hurt,
That's when you get
out.
hurt.
You better get out. It's time to leave. It's time to leave. And no, it really is. You look, George, I told you this. My claim to fame as a football player, I never missed a practice. I never missed a start. From high school, college, to professional football. That's my claim to fame. I was available. You know why? Because I didn't want to let my teammates down. They knew I'm the right corner, man. He lining up. You can trust me. I'm going to be there for you guys. That's what makes this game so unique. It's a team, and you play for your buddies, and you want them to know I'm good, man. I'm going with you. I ain't sitting out. Come on, man. That's nonsense. You get to retire. You do that when you retire. You do that when you're playing. Stop all this nonsense. Right?
You better hold on to this clip, Billy. He is on a roll.
No, I mean, really. I mean, and I'm not trying to say I'm a tough guy, but it's you sign on to play football. And I tell people all the time, you practice more than you play. And I'm going to give up a game as much time I've practiced, and now I'm going to say I don't want to play? What? Are you crazy? That's what you want to do. You want to walk into the arena with your teammates, and I want to go compete. I want to go compete on the grass. That's what I want to do. I've done a lot of things in my life. I've been very fortunate. Been given a lot of opportunity to do a lot of things, but nothing in my life except being married and having children can replace me being a football player. I miss it. It's in my blood, man. That's all I ever wanted to do. And so you can't tell me about, hey, man, you going to rest. Man, I ain't never. What's rest? Rest is retirement. Get the rest. Go play football.
You will not do well in some home.
Oh, I'm good. I'm on the worldwide leader, man, and they let me do what I do, which is a wonderful thing. And I know I'll probably make some people mad. They're saying that guy, he's an old man. He's an old guy sitting in the rocking chair. No, I ain't an old guy. I'm going to tell you the truth. I'm going to tell you like it is. It's what it is, man. It don't change.
The worldwide leader is better for having you. By the way, have you noticed they've been going to you a lot?
Well, yeah, I figured that out night because the 6 o'clock Sports Center in L.A., they said, Coach, we want you to come on and do a little hit for us on some games. I said, oh, I'm on a roll today. Everybody wants to see Coach today. Okay. I said, I help him out.
Got to be available.
And some fool from Nashville wants you to come on too.
Anytime you need me, George, you know I'm available, man. You know that.
Hey, we'll talk again next week. Happy New Year to you and your family.
You guys too. God bless you both now. Thank you, buddy.